Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. I want to do a deep dive and just share an experience of a patient today with my welcome packet. So just a reminder, so this welcome packet, the whole background of it, it's called a shock and awe package, and this comes from Dan Kennedy. And I originally learned it from Robert Ringer, and he's got this book called The Power of Intimidation. And I think you might like it. And what it talks about basically is how to position yourself. And this isn't something that we learn as podiatrists, but this is something that happens to certain podiatrists. Let me give you an example. So my partner, who's been doing it for 15 years longer than I have, he does he likes triathlons, and he's an ultra marathoner, and he does all these things. And so because of that, he kind of develops a persona of a person that treats ultramarathoners and triathletes. And because of that, the wait list, right, for runners or for people is very long. So for him, the shock is knowing what he's done, seeing all these trophies, seeing all these plaques about doing ultramarathons and triathlons and stuff like that, and having that credibility so that when people see him, even if they're not an ultramarathoner or a triathlete, they think, well, heck, I do a 5K and I want to be treated by someone that treats these other people. Make sense? Or they're just wowed by what he has done. Okay? And so when it takes a long time to see him, for example, everyone kind of buys into it. So they think that the longer it takes to see a doctor, the better they have to be. That's the basic persona of it. So if you want to see a certain doctor, it might take you 2 or 3 months to see them, or it might cost so much money to see them. Does that make sense? I know there are some plastic surgeons, for example, just to do a visit with them is basically $10,000. And then if you do the surgery with them, that gets credited towards the surgery. But they only want people that are going to want to do surgery. So that's kind of one way to make yourself exclusive. Now for all the rest of us that are, I guess you would say, I don't know if average is the right word, but we're doing the best we can. We're kind of improving ourselves, but I'm not a triathlete, I'm not an ultramarathoner, but we all have something kind of special that sets us apart. And so what is that special thing that you do that you can kind of market upon? So what I've done in the past is I always liked this public speaking stuff. I had a local television program called Healthy Living within podiatry. Then this Podiatry Practice Mastery kind of dovetails into it. But they're two different personas, right? Within podiatry, though, I could take all of these things and I put them all into this one big PDF. It's called a welcome packet or a shock and awe package. And it basically, I made it all through Fiverr. They designed it and everything else like that. But today I had a patient that came into the office. They were both, 30s, 34, 35. And before they came and saw me, they got an email that said, hey, check out Dr. Pelto's welcome packet. Now, this packet is about 250 pages long. And they told me before they came in that they spent an hour looking at everything in that welcome packet. Well, you know what? How does that, it's kind of an equivalent of someone doing like an ultra marathon, right? Or someone being a marathoner when you're a couch potato. It just shows that you have expertise. Now, am I like 100 times better than anyone else? No, I think I do the best I can, but I like to teach people, and that's kind of what sets me apart. And that's what the whole idea of the shock and awe package is. So the more of these things I can get into my patients' hands before they see me, the better it is. Okay, does that make sense? The more you can get these things in your patient's hands before they see you, the better it is. So what I do is within my medical record, basically I have a link when someone makes an appointment, a new patient appointment, and it'll say, hey, you have an appointment with one of the doctors. Here are the links to their profile page. And on my profile page, I have my information, my welcome packet. The other docs have other things, but that's basically how I use it. That would be my suggestion to you for doing a welcome packet. Once again, if you want to see mine, go to drpelto.com, and then it's just a link for welcome packet. One little caveat is that the welcome packet is the only thing on my site that you don't have to put your name and email for. You can download it. Why is that? Well, because it's basically what we call Russell Brunson talks about a funnel hub. Basically, it's a hub of other links. So inside there, all it is just a whole bunch of other links to other places where they can put their name and email to get for me to give them more information. Okay, so that's the idea of the shock and awe package and that experience of a patient today. And needless to say, once they spent an hour, they would do anything that I told them, right? Because they're coming in for something relatively simple, it was nail fungus, but they knew that I was kind of an expert in that area. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.